straight up.
Entire time. Well, fortunately, you're going to be stuck with me for the time being. Anyways, on our side of the Ranger Conference, 16 different teams focusing today on Element Gaming and Dallas Coyotes, and it's been kind of a roller coaster. A couple of teams dropping and a lot of weak performances, and right now on the side of Element Gaming, they're one of the teams that we're going to be keeping an eye on since they have to start performing because we're in the latter stages of AEL Reloaded, and they're the second to last rated team overall if we remove the two teams that drop. So this game that they're playing against Dallas Coyotes is going to be critical. On the other side, Dallas Coyotes, they're kind of doing the same thing. Their job is to win this game and win the following week to guarantee themselves in that upper echelon, that top side of AEL Ranger division, because if they don't, they're going to find themselves not making it into playoffs. Bianca, are you back with
Wait,
me?
just are you able to hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes. Wait, you can hear me? Oh,
This is
it's
chaos.
guys.
I
Am
love
I
chaos.
still? Am I still like? Oh,
She's back.
okay, guys.
So
I'm
where's the
good. I'm back.
cats? So we didn't even hear the cat bit. You want to
No.
explain
Oh my
the
God.
intro of the
Wait. This
cats? Where are
whole
your
time
cats?
you didn't. Wait. You didn't hear the.
I
You
didn't
didn't hear me
explain that. I'm not
explain.
going to explain the cats. They're not my cats.
No. Like I'm saying,
All I
like
know
you
is one
didn't
of the
hear me
cats' name
say
is
that, like.
Bolo.
Yes, one of my cat's name is Bolo, guys. If you didn't hear, one of my cat's name is Bolo. He's a gray Siamese cat. He was here on my lap about 5 minutes ago, but then I don't know, somebody like opened the door upstairs, and my cats for some reason just love
How
kind of like
dare they?
chilling outside by the front door. So they just Bolo literally launched off my lap, and so unfortunately, I don't have Bolo to show to the stream. But I mean, I'm sure that maybe he'll come and he'll like loaf on the sofa. Maybe I don't know. Sometimes he comes, and then sometimes he's like, he's not gonna come. But if he does, I'll most definitely show y'all.
Well, I don't have cats to show and I don't have Bolo to show, but what I can show are our two teams playing today. Let's see who's up first. It's going to be both those rosters. Now, I just want to put an asterisk. Um, Element Gaming had two players quit about 5 minutes before we went live, so the players that you see here may or may not be what you see in the lobby. So take that with a grain of salt, but we are expecting Wizard Slash, Flabber, Vile, and Triple. And again, two of those players are probably going to not be in the lobby, so don't take that to heart. And then Retro, who's your friend's name? Muir?
Moiner, that's Moiner.
Moiner.
Yeah, he actually came from console. So this is the one person that I actually know. I mean, I've casted Dallas. No, I don't think I've casted Dallas Coyotes before. If I have,
No, they haven't been on stream at
maybe
all because
once.
they're a West Coast based team. At least some people are West Coast based. So this
Ah,
is their first showing
yeah.
on stream. Chungus, Rock, and Nerdies to round out the
Really?
group.
I feel like I
Yeah,
remember the
maybe.
name Chungus, but anyways.
Well, Chungus is a common name. I mean, and their name in Discord is even better. It's like Chungus Blungus. Like,
Oh, the big Chungus, man. I miss that meme.
well,
I don't actually
I
miss that
think we'll
meme.
be missing some things too as we go over to the map bans because I don't know where we're going, but I do know that
Yay!
I heard production kind of just like, oh, not
Oh,
this
they're
map
sick of this
again.
map.
So I'm expecting it to
Take a
be one of
guess.
the default standards. So we're talking like a
Club.
Borgin, we're talking about a club or even a chalet. I was hoping to see
Oh my
Cafe
god, I hope
personally
it's not
bank.
Chalet.
Well, I'm
I
betting
hope
it's
it's not
between
Chalet,
those three.
honestly.
But like the two maps I wanted to see, not here, so I don't really have a stool to stand on anymore.
I love when teams go bank. I feel like bank is oh my god, club is off the board. No, it's gonna be Chalet. It's most definitely not Oregon. It has to be Chalet.
Oh, it's
Great. This
between
man's gonna be
Oregon and
Oregon, then we're going
Chalet.
Chalet. Yup. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting bored of Chalet too. Kylo was not wrong. Because I'm dead ass or oh no. Oops. Oops. I'm sorry. I'm bored of Chalet. I'm not anything else. I'm just bored of Chalet.
Well, you're in for a fun time here in AEO Reloaded because we're about to make an ass of ourselves. That's what we do best the entire time. All 10 players in the lobby, so let's go straight into Chalet. Now, B, I know you were mentioning how you don't really like Chalet. I think I'm still a fan of Chalet, even though I see it, like, literally all the time. So when we first started AEL Reloaded, I think somebody mentioned I can't remember who it was, but they said this is like grandma's house. This is a map that you're just familiar with. You've been here 1,000 times. Maybe it's not as comfortable as your own house. You know, you don't know maybe every nook and cranny, but by darn, you pretty much close to that. And that's what we're going to see here. Two teams that have basically mastered the map.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's Practically everybody, like you said. I feel like Chalet, Club, and Oregon are basically just like the maps you know off the back of your like it's like the back of your hand. You know everything about it. Every call out, every setup, every strategy, whether you're attacking or defending. So I feel like especially Chalet is one of those maps where it kind of just comes down to, who's got the better gun skill or who knows, what they're doing more. Because I feel like everything about this map is just linear and focused. But I want to just give us band predictions. Oh my god, already one is off the board. So, all right, it's gonna be Flores, but I want you to guess the other two. Let's see. Can you go 3 for 3?
Monty's going to be the next one, and then we're going to see is Zombie, and then it used to be Solus all the time, but with the Solus now being kind of nerfed into the ground, I'm expecting Valkyrie for the final one because information is so important. Oh, I can't remember the last
Ace.
time I've seen an Ace ban. I mean, Ace is powerful. It gives you a lot of flexibility to hard breach upstairs because you don't actually have to take control of like the mezzanine. But it's still, I don't know if Ace is worth the ban. I mean, Monty is so oppressive right now. I mean, there's a reason why Monty is one of the most banned operators so far in AEL Reloaded. I mean, Monty is just darn oppressive because there's really nothing that you can do with the shield. Actually, Monty's the second most banned operators with 43 instances of banning, making them banned 50% of the time. The only operator ahead of them,
Jeez.
that's going to be Ying on the
What,
attacking
Yokobi?
side. And then
Oh.
there's Fenrir. Makes sense. Fenrir is terribly oppressive.
I don't know. I feel like okay, the Mira. I was gonna say definitely a Mira ban, but I think that the Azami would have been a lot of a better ban, especially because Dallas Coyotes has that first defensive ban. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like after that Fenrir nerf, especially on a map like Chalet, I think that Azami 100% would have been the way to go just because of how impactful she is when people are playing upstairs in piano or upstairs in library. I feel like she's basically good in every single site here, which I mean, I think she's just good in general on, any map, any site, but I feel like especially Chalet is a map that she definitely thrives the most in.
Element Gaming electing to, well, bring out that Azami, as well as some other operators to continue to slow the attack of Dallas Cowboys. I like the incorporation of Turboro. Oh, and I call them Cowboys tonight. We're doing that the entire time. We're in Texas.
That's so cute.
Coyotes. You know what?
Shout
Are
out
there
my
Coyotes in
Texans.
Texas?
I
Are there
wonder.
Coyotes there? We have Coyotes here in
Maybe there's
California.
Cougars.
All right, well, there's Coyotes there too, so I guess that makes sense. The Dallas Cowboys, Coyotes, there's something like that. It starts with a C. Or Cowboys, I guess, could be animals too. I don't know. Anyways, they're gonna have to overcome the turbo. Yeah, humans are animals.
Oh,
definition of being a human.
okay. They be getting it. Oh, it's about to be Freaky Friday too, so it's a good thing you said that. Damn, humans can be animals sometimes,
Are
Gotta
all
get in
humans
there like
technically animals? Is that the definition? Or are we all
We're
like
mammals though. Like we're not like animals. We're just like mammals.
Well, no.
You
If you
think
look at
animals
like
can
you know
get
the
up
trees,
and play Arceus?
like what is Animalia? And I can't remember the other two.
What?
For whatever reason.
Animalia.
Animalia.
Oh hell
the
no! You're teaching
breakdown
me
of like
something new.
species. Did you take biology?
Honestly, we in Canada we take science mandatory 2 years, and then after that you never have to take it again. So I took science for 2 years and never took it again. My
All right,
favorite
well,
was chemistry, but nothing about.
I love chemistry. Chemistry is so fun.
I love chemistry too.
Now,
It's all about math, so
do you think Element
let's go.
Gaming has any chemistry in this lobby? Because 2 people quit today.
I hope so. Oh god, I hope so. This will be. I hope it's not a 7-0.
It might be, and I heard a rumor that there's going to be a disconnect in this lobby, so that's going to be an L take. I don't actually know who
Great.
team it is, so we'll kind of just be watching out for that.
I'm a guess pre-element DC. Real quickie.
Wait, we got a guess for Element. We'll see what happens. Dallas Coyotes, a lot of map control. I mean, it seems like Element Gaming has pretty much given away the entire map. Now, Element still has some players upstairs lurking where that top floor bomb site would be. Holding things down as Dallas Coyotes that has that player drop. So now they're at that disadvantage, and sure, they have that map control, but now you've lost one of the players to drone. I mean, that's going to be the step in the right direction, but still, you have to overcome this pressure upstairs.
Yes, it will be an equalized outscore as Dallas Coyotes will lose one to a disconnect. Element's going to lose the Tubarão, which is going to be actually quite a big operator to lose. To be the first one down, it's going to be a little bit harder to secure those walls. Once the Kaids are off, that's pretty much it. That's going to be a 2-piece for Retro as he swings another upstairs, and it seems like there's just one person left in the washroom. Munder does end up joining back, but it won't matter. It is going to be a 3v3 as Triplin gets one, and it seems like a swing is coming out. Triplin's going to take a 2 with him. 45 seconds remaining on the clock, and she's got about a hair worth of HP left.
Now, as Coyotes' awkward position, they have that top floor because Element Gaming has vacated that sector of the map, but with 30 seconds left and really no soft destruction, that top floor is not really going to be the asset for the attacking team, and they're going to have to regroup and try to push together. And the exothermic charge has yet to even be placed on that main wall. There's a Cade Claw denying that. So now you're going to have to push in through this hallway, and with a pre-set up murder holes, it's such an impossible task. 3 HP for Retro, dropping through the smoke and making it down. All right, that's a step in the right direction, but so little time. Plant is going to be almost a guaranteed death. Element Gaming is going to crash onto this position. It's a free kill for aggro, and that's a good start for Element Gaming, given the fact that they had a really rocky start to today.
Yeah, not too shabby. Seems like they're playing decently, like we were saying. Hopefully they have a little bit of chemistry, considering that two of their main players, their main contributors, are going to be off the team. Seems like we are going to have a pause so that we can, get sorted out with all the disconnection issues or whatnot. But other than that, that was a pretty decent first round. Not too shabby.
Yeah, I like what Element did there. They wasted time. They fell back. What I was concerned was just a little bit too early, but they fell back upstairs into the master bedroom, and they just held those positions. And really, Dallas Coyotes were unable to take that control at all. Sure, the exothermic charge detonated. Sure, they had some line of sight. Sure, Retro was able to get some nice cheeky kills through there, but it never really converted into anything for Dallas Coyotes, and they kind of just ran out of steam. So now, all right, one loss underneath their belt. It's going to be a new bomb site. They now have the luxury of executing into the bar, and there's going to be some similar elements of that. If Dallas Coyotes are able to take that control above the library as quickly as they did in the previous round, they might put themselves in a solid position.
You know what? I'm surprised they didn't go bar first. I feel like most of the time when I'm seeing a defensive, usually teams go bar first. Like they're gonna be going there second, regardless. I mean, I think last round too, maybe the reason why they won is because Moiner wasn't able to play. He disconnected. So technically, the boys in Dallas Coyotes were already at a bit of a disadvantage. We'll see if the tables are turned this time around. Maybe Moiner has a lot more to give now that he's actually in the game. It does seem like we are gonna have a couple roamers playing upstairs, tripling to take down one. And it's going to be already a 5v4 Moiner. Again, the first one down. He wasn't here for last round, and he definitely won't be here to play this round out.
An awkward start once again for Dallas Coyotes, but they're putting a lot of pressure onto this bomb site itself. They have elected to bring out the Maverick, and they're torturing their way through this wall, but they're making a few mistakes along the way, and it seems like that torch just hasn't quite found its mark. A few parts of that metal-reinforced wall are preventing them from opening up. There we go. The soft wall is now available. Buck shoots it away, and now you have entry into, well, not the site, but an angle into the basement. This is going to cut off a lot of rotation, and you can see how desperate Element Gaming is to hold this position. And that's a fall away. That's exactly what you want. Now you have control of the basement, and this is going to give Dallas Coyotes a lot of flexibility to push up these stairs well, and more importantly, Maverick torch that single wall into stock and alleviate a huge power position that Element Gaming is going to rely on in the latter stage of this round.
As you were speaking, it seems like Maverick tried to get a little bit cheeky and sneaky, and it didn't work out in his favor. Triplin doing absolutely amazing for these first two rounds. Seems like Blue might have just been given away, and Wizard is going to take down Mr. Chungus. It's going to make it a 4v2. The boys in Element Gaming are doing absolutely amazing in this round, and that will finish it off. Amazing hold. And wow, that was quite a decisive round. Dallas Coyotes, what's happening?
I think what's happening right now is the fact that Dallas Coyotes is struggling to take map control, and more importantly, I never really saw them play together as a team, B. It seemed like they were just pushing as individuals and never really accomplished anything. And look at those first few opening deaths. It was just individuals honestly sprinting in through doorways and getting slammed in the process. I never really saw any drones help them take that map control. So it was just a few little errors from Dallas Coyotes that has put themselves, again, 2 rounds down. It's not that big of a deal. Now we're going to the basement. I think that's kind of like going to help Dallas Coyotes in the long run, B, because now they're going to go to a bomb site that we've saw them at least be proficient at taking this control downstairs. Sure, that was in the previous round where there wasn't a bomb site there, but at least we know how strong they are with that Maverick torch and able to counter around the Cade Claw. There's just one problem with that, B. There's no Mav in play.
And that's actually crazy too because they are going to be going basement, and I feel like basement is definitely the place to have a Maverick. They would bring it last round, but they won't bring it this round. Maybe because of the fact that they're going to be holding downstairs now that it is the bomb side. I'm also surprised to see that the boys on Element Gaming actually opted to go the basement, other than going Master. I feel like Master gets picked a place to go, but I guess if it's Element Gaming, who knows? Maybe they'll take us by surprise and they will end up winning out this round. But yeah, unfortunately, seems like there's not going to be much denial. I don't even see any sort of EMPs. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Maybe if they're going to try and get it from above, taking up Vert, but I'm not sure. Maybe the boys on Dallas Coyotes might have just overlooked this very crucial step.
You do have some soft destruction, though. You have the Buck Skeleton Key, and you flat place breaching charges so on the Ash. So now you have some utility to take that control vertically and remove that electrified utility. But look at the way that Element Gaming is playing. It's a pretty big roam like they've done in the previous 2 rounds. So if Dallas wants to go for that style of play, they're going to have to expedite, and they're going to have to clear these roamers out soon because it's going to put Dallas Coyotes in the line of sight if they want to leverage all of that vertical. Ram not banned and not selected by Dallas Coyotes, so they seem to once again kind of stumbled in their operator lineup. At least they have that skeleton key, and that's not the start that you want to see at all.
Absolutely not. That's also the Capitan. That's a big operator to get rid of. I mean, to be fair, it seems like every single one of these operators is very crucial. I mean, I would say maybe minus the Ash, considering there's no Mira. I feel like the Ash might be useless, and Ram would have definitely been the better choice, considering that she does also have the R4C if you're really going for the gun, which I know a lot of people, do end up playing operators if there is kind of like a hole that you can kind of play kind of whatever operator, a little flex. If you're going to go for the gun, you might as well go for Ram user ability. She's actually very useful downstairs, but Dallas Coyotes, I'm not really sure what they're thinking, but like I said, Capitan is going to be off the board. That's a big operator to get rid of first, and we are going to be encroaching about a minute remaining in the round. The boys on Dallas Coyotes haven't really made much of a dent at all.
Timed on the side of Dallas Coyotes, and the lack of smoke bolts and fire bolts is really going to hinder them as they go in for this execute. And the vertical does holes work both ways, damage being dealt to Dallas Coyotes, and oh, it's such a pickle that they're in right now. It seems like they're setting themselves up, B, for a backside attack, and they're losing players one by one through this endeavor. And at this point, what do? Do you continue to go through these hatches? Oh no, you flood down the stairway. 2 members of Element Gaming to greet them, but Dallas is going to be on the worst side of those trades, and in fact, they're all going to be claimed to the grave. And as they drop one by one, oh my god, they all line up. It's a 3-can, the kill feed. You don't want to see that, and that's Dallas Coyotes dropping 3 rounds in a row.
Oh my god, if you could see my face, my entire mouth is just a big hole. What is going on? Is Dallas Coyotes just overconfident? Because seriously, guys, like, why is Moiner still on Ash? Oh my god, stop. Get off Ash right now. Okay, we're off Ash. We're gonna be going Master. Wait, why? Wait,
They're playing all
did
4
they
bomb
end up
sites.
going upstairs the first time? They swapped.
No,
They're
it's
going
been
all
kitchen, bar,
4.
basement, master.
We're gonna go all 4. Element Gaming, kudos to you, because I don't think I've ever seen this at all. They've won every single bomb site, and despite that, they will not be returning to kitchen. They're gonna be going upstairs. Maybe they're gonna see which one they can win out the swiftest, and then they will pick that up from there. But seems like we got a decent lineup too as well. And as for the boys on attack, the boys in Dallas Coyotes, um, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. I'm surprised that there's no Azami being played from the boys on Element Gaming, considering they are going to be going upstairs. Not an Azami and not a castle.
So you've removed the hard wall creation that you can do with the Azami and the Castle Barricade for Element Gaming, but I think what they're really going to be relying on, B, is just kind of taking gunfights around the map control that they hold. And that's what we've seen in the past 3 rounds, where they just kind of take fights, and Dallas Coyotes really hasn't had an answer to this aggressive style of play. And again, it kind of goes back to the point that we were talking about earlier. I don't really see Dallas Coyotes drone. I mean, look at this push in from Ike, right? Where's the drones? I don't see any. There's one ping. All right, you found one roamer. Excellent. But you're only clearing one part of this basement. There's a hypothetical where there could be another roamer down blue stairs. Not the case for Element Gaming, but the drone really never followed Wizard. And now that drone's going to have to, well, do the work again. Where's Wizard? You confirmed his position. Good. I like that Dallas Coyotes are now putting more emphasis on the drone. That was really the problem in the previous 3 rounds. Let's hope that they continue to do that. And remember, there's an opportunity cost of the drones that you're burning. If you remove too many of your drones, all of a sudden you go back to square one. We're going to have to face check, and that's been the problem with Dallas Coyotes.
Yes, that's been absolutely the biggest problem. It seems like they just cannot win their gunfights. Not sure if, like you said, it is because of the lack of drones or if it's just the lack of gun skill, the difference in all of that. There is going to be a Malusi that is, or her little, whatever you want to call that, it's going to be triggered by them back blue stairs. And it seems like Wizard is going to get a kill off the first in the round, which is about a minute and a half remaining. It is going to be onto the Grim, which is another big operator to get rid of, especially later in the game, especially if they do end up getting the plant off. But regardless, Element Gaming back again with the advantage, but I spoke too soon. It seems like Stingy, I don't know if it's Stingy or Stingy, I'm not too sure, is going to take down a Wizard. That's the Bandit gone. And the boy that was by them, Astro Stairs, or not Astro, sorry. The Solar Stairs. I always get that mixed up, Astro and Solar. I'm so sorry. With that, though, we are going to be opening up that K9 wall, and hopefully the boys on Dallas Coyotes will be able to put a little bit of pressure and start backing Element Gaming into a corner so that they can start getting this plant off and win off their first round.
Players of Element Gaming kind of in awkward positions, particularly your Malusi. I mean, look at what Malusi has to do. It's just swing for the fences because they have really no position to play. Capitalized perfectly by Dallas Coyotes. And now for the first time in this series, they find themselves with the man advantage in a round. A DB&O for aggro. And all of a sudden, Dallas Coyotes put themselves in a perfect position as that plant goes down. And Element Gaming, their decision to go 4 bomb sites doesn't seem to be working for them. It's a difficult clutch of 1v4, and it's not going to be possible at all as Dallas Coyotes finds their first round victory.
Yeah, that was a little bit odd. I mean, I'm not really sure why they would end up going upstairs if they've already won all 3 of the sites that they previously chose, but we'll see where they go this time around. They're going to be going bar and gaming. Did they get mixed up? Like, did they think that it was going to be that they initially went upstairs first?
My guess is they saw something on that kitchen defense that they didn't like. And the reason I have that hypothesis is we're going to bar. Kitchen is open for them, bar is open for them, and bar was by far a stronger round for them anyways, but I think EG just said, you know what, we don't like what we saw, let's just go to a different bomb site. And to be fair, most teams know how to play Master. It goes for both attack and defense, to be fair, so maybe you mix things up, maybe you catch Dallas Coyotes off guard, and it didn't quite work, but they're going to go back to the drawing board, back to normal, back down to bar. And this is the round where we saw Dallas Coyotes just try to push in through office one by one and get slaughtered. And now they addressed their problems. They did more droning, but they're going to have to make sure that they do it in this round. I like that they had the Dokkaebi. They just 6-picked away to a lion, which, to be fair, is also going to serve that role because that line always provides you information, because if you have a scan, those red pings, you know that the player is moving, and if you don't have a red ping, that's also information because you know that defenders aren't moving. That's still viable information to a good IGL with good drone play and a good coverage of the map.
Yes, yes, yes. I feel like I would still prefer a Dokkaebi. I feel like a Dokkaebi can be utilized a lot more than a Lion, but I guess maybe it just depends on what the team wants, what the player prefers. I feel like Dokkaebi is just good because I believe she's able to call how many times? Is it 4 times or
Twice.
5?
2.
Twice only? What?
Yeah. Lion can call 3.
Am I? Oh my
Only 2
gosh!
calls.
Was
good night.
Dokkaebi ever nerfed?
Good night.
Wow!
No, Dokkaebi's always been 2
Triplin!
calls.
Okay, so this is how y'all know I never played Dokkaebi, but damn! Triplin absolutely is smoking the competition. It seems like it's just a one-man show for the boys on Element Gaming. Triplin 7-2. It takes down not only Moiner, but also Nerdies. Nerdles? I'm not too sure. Nerd's the word, and he is going to be dead. That is going to be the IQ and the Capitan. Maybe this really is the lack of droning, because these guys really just hopped in there and just got absolutely smoked.
Well, they tried to rush through the door, and I actually kind of like the decision. Gone 6, take aggressive. They actually had information on that, so I'm totally fine with that. But those 2 players now sleeping in the dirt like you're sleeping on my Dokkaebi, especially that DMR. It's just so good. But regardless, Dallas Coyotes, 90 seconds to play with. Actually, they still have a lot of time, and sure, they have their roster deficit of 2, but it might not matter if they do their homework and do their due diligence. They have to find these roamers, and look it for Element Gaming. they've actually been recalled for the most part. They're all playing above library, and if you pinch them in a corner, you're able to find a kill, just like Coyotes did there. All right, step in the right direction, but at what point is this round lost? Not yet, because they still have the buck, they still have so much utility, but you can't be giving away free kills like that. Oh, that's a disgusting angle, too.
That is going to be unfortunate. The boys on Dallas Coyotes, yet again, are going to be at the man at disadvantage. A 2v4 with just about a minute remaining in the round. And it's kind of hard to see the boys on Dallas Coyotes end up winning out this round. That's the Lion that goes down. And vile, absolutely vile gameplay. Swinging out everybody and anybody that he can. Element Gaming doing absolutely amazing for the first half of this game as the score goes to 4-1. We are about to be at split, and if Dallas Coyotes doesn't lock in soon, it's going to be 5-1.
Look at the bomb site we're going to. We're going to Kitchen. The bomb site they went to in round number 1, basement, not being selected at all, at least out of round 3. It's unlocked for them. And it's very curious. Element Gaming is just, I think, keeping Dallas Coyotes on their toes as much as possible. Kitchen was a really good defense back in round 1, but you can say the same thing for round 3's basement. So we'll see what Dallas Coyotes can do to bring. Now, it's not like the old days of Rainbow Six Siege where you're stuck into an attacking lineup. Whatever you bring, you're stuck. Nope, not the case, because you now have that 6th and 7th pick. So you can change your attacking lineup to whatever the defense brings. So if you're expecting it to be downstairs in the basement, if you're not, you can select your attacking lineup to better fit Kitchen. But the attacking team electing so far not to use that 6th, 7th pick. Instead, they're going to go with their lineup. And to be fair, Thermite is still really powerful when executing into Kitchen because those 2 Thermite charges, it allows you to open upstairs in the office and then also the default wall into B.
I feel like there can be a lot better picks coming from the attacking side. Buck is all right, but do we need an Ash? Do we need an IQ? I'm not really sure what the boys on Dallas Coyotes are doing, but I most definitely feel like either of those can be swapped out for, I mean, I would like to see a Capitão. We could see a Dokkaebi. We could see the Lion like last round, who isn't horrible. Obviously, they still did lose last round, but I feel like there's just some of these operators just don't really seem like making much sense. It seems like these boys are just relying purely on their gun skill and nothing else other than that.
The
They
IQ's
are
in
going to be going
response.
kitchen.
The
Oh,
IQ's
I'm
in
so
response to the
sorry.
Valkyrie. So that's why they, because a lot of these kills from Element Gaming have been facilitated by those cameras. So that's why the IQ's in play. But you know what? You don't need to necessarily need the IQ. You're criticizing the Ash, but Ash just found 2 kills. And look at EG right now. They're actually in a really solid position. Aggro, there's somebody in the window. Do you not have a headset that is being meleeed in front of you? Aggro's now dead, and it's a 1v3 on site. It's a Kane. It's your anchor. So Dallas Coyotes should be expect this. And now I think it's time for Dallas Coyotes to settle down a little bit in this round. Stop, drone, gather information, because if you speed up and make mistakes, all of a sudden a 3v1 could turn into a 1v0. And Coyotes have had moments where they just overextend and get a little bit too quick.
This is actually ridiculous too. I wasn't even gonna mention this because I figured that they would bring a gridlock that would have EMPs to get the wall. I'm not even sure how they got this wall. I'm gonna be so honest, because there's no Twitch, there's no EMPs on gridlock, there's no EMPs on none of these operators. I don't know how they got that wall open. Definitely with a grenade. I heard it go off, but wow, these boys don't even bring the necessary utility. A C4 is going to get launched. Will it take out anybody? No, and the plan is going to begin to start going down. Smokes are going to block the vision of Kaid. The bomb is now going to be planted. 1 goes down. Mr. Beaver will take down Spectre. That's a 2-piece, and it becomes a 1v1. 30 seconds to take down Mr. Chungo. Will the Kaid be able to do it? They are going to be yellow pinging for him. The swing comes out, and you cannot make this up. I was going to say, honestly, this is winnable for Element Gaming if they are able to play it methodically. There's a lot of time, and absolutely, they just did it. I'm not sure what the boys on Dallas Coyotes are smoking, but they got to lock in. This is 5-1 on split, and this is on a map that shouldn't be this far apart.
All right. I don't even know if I want to talk about that 1v3 because that was 3 1v1s given. I mean, Beaver just should not have been able to take that first fight. That was an overextension by the Thermite who was getting greedy to take that fight. I'm okay with the second fight because that was the crossfire to prevent them from getting the door, but I really never saw the coordination there from Dallas Coyotes in that post play, and that's the discipline of an IGL that you need. It is your sole purpose in IGL is to calm the troops down and put themselves in a position. All right, it's post plant time. You probably aren't getting out of the bomb site. Sorry, bro. All right, the rest of you two set up crossfires and prevent that final player from leaving the back of the other site. Dallas Coyotes never showed me that they went through that dialogue, and unfortunately, that means they end up dropping that round. And Element Gaming is one round away from getting to match point. Mistakes were made there for Dallas Coyotes, but fear not be, because Dallas Coyotes are now on the defense. So everything that happened in the attack, it's a clean slate for them as they move into round 7.
To be fair, that last round did not have to be lost, though. Although it can be a clean slate, they are going to be defending now. The boys in Element Gaming are 2 rounds away from closing this out versus Dallas, who needs to get, at the very least, 4 rounds in a row if they want to tie this out before going match point. They are going to opt to go bar and gaming first, but I'm not too pleased with the performance of the boys on Dallas Coyotes. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, last round didn't have to be lost, and unfortunately it was, which just puts them at an even bigger disadvantage than they already were at. First couple rounds are already the first rounds of split are already done, and it's 5-1. Already, Lion is going to be upstairs as well, just by this piano quarter. I'm not even sure what you want to call that. Regardless of what you want to call it, they already seem to be very aggressive, and somebody on this window better be very careful because, nearly something happens ahead and nearly gets tapped off. It won't happen right now, though, as we approach 2 minutes. We are still going to have a 5v5, but these boys better play it carefully.
That's such a tight angle. Somebody's going to break a controller or a mouse and keyboard. Because if you get fried on that angle, that's going to be awful. Now, EG has taken so much map control. Did you notice that they had their Dokkaebi and Kitchen in the first 60 seconds of the round? They did a wonderful job of utilizing that first Dokkaebi call. And with the Lion Jackal combination, I mean, look at how much map control they have. Sure, they've kind of found themselves in a stall point because this Frost and the deployable shield is just wasting so much time. Element Gaming needs to rotate somebody over to try to apply a little bit more pressure to that Frost, but so far that's not the case. And Dallas Coyotes, while they had like a very vigorous start to this round, they've certainly hit the brick wall and they've certainly stalled. There's the rotation.
Yep, there goes the Frost. The first one to be DBNO. She isn't going to be out just yet, but they might just use that Frost for bait. It seems like the boys in Element Gaming are going to be making their way through Piano. They're going to be pushing there. Stingy is going to take down Vile, and that's going to be a 3v5 as another one goes down on the side of Element Gaming. Dallas Coyotes seem to be... Wait, I didn't even realize. Oh my god, the Wamai is also tagged up. Hibana is going to be down. It seems like the boys on Dallas Coyotes are doing quite good considering this is the first round after split. Maybe it's just the defensive side of a Chalet that's making the difference. Miss IQ is going to be picking up her best friend, Hibana. But will this round last any longer? It is going to be 30 seconds, and it is a 2v4. Well, 2v5, you could say. Miss Frost is still going to be DBNO'd. I'm not even sure if they realize that. And there they do, a 2v3, 15 seconds remaining. If the boys in Element Gaming can win this out, I'm going to be absolutely surprised out the ass. 1v3 now, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be too good for Element Gaming. One goes down. Coyotes just need to hold out for the next 5 seconds. Stuck in that corner. They don't even know. Coming up the blue stairs, Stingy to finish off Mr. Beaver. The first round of split won by the boys on Dallas Coyote. Finally, some good news, but that round was oh too close.
That was just a round from Element Gaming that did everything right for the first 60 seconds, and then they're like, uh-oh, what do we do now? When they ran into that Frost with the deployable shield, they just hit the brick wall, and nobody from Element Gaming, stepped up to the plate and made the call to rotate to deal with the Frost. They do eventually, but after that, Frost single-handedly wasted an entire minute of the round. I mean, Frost won that round for Element Gaming, for Dallas Coyotes, because the time was just not on the attack side. And did you notice the amount of utility that Dallas Coyotes had? They still had a single smoke toxic gas grenade left in the last 7 seconds of that round. So that was just one of those rounds where Element Gaming, they did a lot of things right, but they weren't able to make the adjustments mid-round. So that's something we're going to have to be watching out for, B, because if that continues to be like a hallmark of the Element Gaming attack, all of a sudden round 5 might be, 5 points might be the death of Element Gaming if they are not able to cross the finish line into future rounds. They have to address these problems now.
Well, they are going to be going Pigeon, which I think that's pretty standard. I would say, I think this is the genuine rotation. I would say gaming first, then kitchen, and then master. I was very surprised that Element Gaming ended up going
You're not a
kitchen
fan of the
first.
basement?
Well, you know what? I say this all the time. I feel like what basement on chalet is the same thing as CC and cash on
Mm-hmm.
club. Those sites are almost never picked. Like if they're picked, it's like you're surprised. It's like wow, I don't usually see that. So I feel like what basement is on chalet is what CC and cash is on clubhouse. It's a very you know it's a site that not many people end up going. So I was actually very surprised when Element Gaming decided to go down that basement. But regardless, I think this is the true rotation, the rotation that I see the most often on chalet. Goes gaming in, and then it will go master. But seeing the basement isn't too bad. As I'm speaking, though, Dokkaebi, just like last round, is going to make waves. She's making her way into the building quite fast. She's already here by K9, and she's already starting to get a little bit aggressive. It seems like all the boys on Element Gaming are kind of already made their way through, which is very surprising. We're just about a minute and 10 into the round, and we're already starting to swing out piano door.
Fast map control once again, but we saw this happen before, be back in round 7, where it was instantaneous map control for Element Gaming, and then they ended up stalling. Right now, the critical steps for Element Gaming is to use those pocket EMPs for Dokkaebi and open up that wall with Thermite. That's going to apply a lot of pressure into Dallas Coyotes and force those players back, but that's only part of the play, because that's the control of upstairs. Then you have to basically redo it all as you execute downstairs into the actual bomb site proper. And once again, EG has completely stalled a minute and no map control gained. Exothermic charge is not detonated until now, and that's only the top of the wall. Now you have to still deal with the site proper. We're now sub 60 seconds B, and EG is going to have to do something drastic right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the boys on EG like playing the late game, but didn't work out really last round. It did end up kind of working. They did kind of make the score or the player count, a little bit close, but it doesn't matter if there's not enough time, then you can't do anything. We are still going to have the Legion holding upstairs. And this is not looking too good for the boys on Element Gaming. Retro will take down the first. That's going to be Vile, the Ash. And another one gets taken down as well. That is going to be a three-piece. And oh my god, the boys on Dallas Coyotes are doing absolutely amazing on the defensive round. That's going to be a flawless. And maybe I was underestimating them. Maybe I was a little bit too harsh when I said that, these rounds in the previous when they were attacking were very winnable. Maybe it truly is just that defense on Chalet.
Well, it seems like Dallas Coyotes subscribe to the way that you run your lineup in the bomb site rotation, because we saw bar, kitchen, and now here's master. No downstairs
Yep.
basement being played. And you know what? I'm concerned for Element Gaming, because right now it seems like Dallas Coyotes are bringing out like a mastery of defense. They're giving up a lot of early map control to Element Gaming, but Element has not done anything with that map control. They just stop. It's critical that they're able to make an adjustment to deal with whatever utility is being thrown at their faces, whether or not it's a reinforced wall that's electrified, whether or not it's head holes. Element Gaming needs to make adjustments, and I think dropping the Dokkaebi for a Grim is not the change they need to make.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, they are going to pick back up that Dokkaebi, and they're going to get rid of, I believe that was a Thermite. The Hibana over a Thermite is interesting, but I guess maybe getting that K9 wall, they would rather just, you know, what's the word I'm trying to think. You know like how you throw it? Instead of having to actually place down the Thermite charge, like a Thermite would have to do. Instead, they can just get it from an angle or from a distance using the Hibana. Now that obviously Ace is off the board, they cannot use him, so the Hibana might be the wave when they are trying to open up that K9 wall. But it seems like we are going to have head holes. So they might have not even needed a Hibana. They could have just Ash charged it. But then again, if the boys on Dallas Coyotes are kind of smart with it. They might be able to even just reinforce that wall and block that off entirely once they feel it's necessary, if it's even necessary at all. We're going to see a buck already make his way down through the basement. West main coming in. There are going to be some holes, and they're looking for some cheeky beats to kind of shoot at. Ash is already going to be hit the slightest bit, and already the boys on Element Gaming, they seem to have a pretty electric start when it comes to the beginning of the rounds, but they stall, like you say, for quite a while, and it's a little bit too long to the point where they end up missing out and making their way through. Retro, however, is going to take the first one down. It is going to be viable. We'll get instantly refragged by aggro and equalizing the score out to a 4v4. But as I say that, it turns to a 3v3. That's a trade coming up from Tripler and Moiner. And it seems like, you know what? There's a lot more happening now in this round than it was the previous, because the previous round, it was just taking way too long for picks to come out. This round, it seems like it's a lot quicker, a lot more fast paced. Hopefully the boys on Element Gaming have kind of adapted to the playstyle of Dallas Coyotes.
Skirmish is taking place all across the map, and you can see why Ace was banned and the forcing of the Habana, because it opens up these far walls at range. And look at this, it's a first sign of life back in Element Gaming's attack. They're about to push the threshold of the bomb site. In fact, they're in. The Kiba barrier is being reverse engineered against the defense. Great crossfires, and all of a sudden, with this bomb now down, Dallas Coyotes and Stingy is going to have to find a 1v3. To be fair, B, we've seen this before. We've seen a successful post-plant 1v3 clutch on the side of Element Gaming. But will Dallas Coyotes be able to still replicate that magic?
I think, honestly, Element Gaming are going to be a lot smarter with this. I feel like they're not going to swing like the boys on Dallas Coyotes did. I feel like Dallas Coyotes were a little bit over-aggressive when they didn't have to be. Stingy to take down 1 and 2. Oh my god, maybe I just spoke way too early. Shotgun to make the rotate into sight. And on the upside-down repel of Solar, is he going to be able to long-arm it? He might just be able to. There's absolutely no way. He's going to slightly see the head Beaver to take it down Stingy. That was almost a clutch, but it wouldn't have been enough even if the Havana died, because there was only, I believe, 9 seconds remaining when he got on that initial defuse plant. That is going to put the boys on Element Gaming at match point. Dallas Coyotes are going to have to win, I believe, 3 rounds in a row. Yes, if they do want to make it to OT and think about winning these next couple, or not the next couple rounds, if they want to end up winning this map.
All right, B, that was terrifying in the middle of that round. When that 1v3 came to a 1v1, and I'm like, this is winnable. Again, we saw it happen once before, so it's totally possible, but just wasn't quite enough for Dallas Coyotes. Element Gaming find themselves on match point, but they're going to have to overcome the bar and kitchen defenses if they even want to get back to the bomb set that they found success on. So 2 rounds for Dallas Coyotes to really show what they're capable of on 2 strong bomb sites. Downstairs to the bar, downstairs to the bar, it seems like Dallas Coyotes is replicating what they did earlier. We see the Frost, we see the deployable shield, and has Element Gaming brought enough utility to destroy that? I don't really see that. No Zofia, no Ash. Sir, you have Iona. She has access to the Gon 6. Nokubi also has access to the Gon 6. So you have some elements of destroying that critical deployable shield. And more importantly, you brought a lot of flashbangs to burn those ADSs, protecting those 2 deployable shields.
I'm really surprised that they've brought a Maverick, honestly. I feel like Maverick, hey, look, maybe it's just me, but I feel like Maverick is kind of useless on this site. Not sure what the Maverick is going to be used for. It doesn't seem like anybody's going to be holding the basement. Seems like most of the holds on the defensive side are going to be coming from upstairs, so I'm not really sure what the Maverick might be too useful for. Ying is already the first one to go down, but she isn't out. Oh, it seems like they will be opening that up with the Maverick. But I feel like a hard reach charge would have been just fine. I feel like Capitan could have opened that up, honestly, but hey, maybe that's just me. Maybe they just like Maverick's gun instead. I'm not too sure. But with that, though, Ying is going to be the only one that's going to have taken a damage. 20 HP. She's dead, or she's not dead. She definitely is the lowest out of the entire game right now. And with that, Capitan with a little bit of damage. And absolutely no way a TK comes out. However, Mr. Vile will take down Moiner. That's going to equalize up the score to a 4v4. But oh my gosh, too much is happening. Wizard just absolutely walked inside. You got to be joking. This might just be the final round.
And this is why you bring the Capital. That fireball, or the Capital torch opened up that single wall, and all of a sudden those players who are playing in stock can't hold that bomb site comfortably. It now leaves the off-site roamers to try to retake this bomb site. Diffuser hasn't gone down. In fact, the power positions above good enough to deny any type of plant whatsoever, and all of a sudden the roles have been reversed. It's a 2v1 though, and the thing is, you know that last roamer is upstairs somewhere. You just have to retrieve the diffuser and play in a safe spot. Look at the way they're playing. Look at that flashbang. They know where they are. They just overexpose their body just a bit. Tripping right there. Whew, that was a little too close for comfort, though. Bomb found and retrieved, hopefully, and now you can go for the plant, or you can go for the alternative and just win your head-to-head gunfights. That's exactly the changes that Element Gaming needed to be. They needed to be more spontaneous, they needed to be more aggressive, and they do exactly that, finding that victory 7-3.
Damn, that was not close at all. I don't even know what to say, honestly. I'm a little bit disappointed in Dallas Coyotes, but I mean, there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. Triplin doing absolutely amazing, nearly dropping double, but it seems like the entirety of Element Gaming did good that game. I don't think anybody, didn't play their part. It seems like the scoreboard speaks for itself, and that was definitely clearly their win for sure.
Well, I mean, Element Gaming came into this series as the underdog. They were technically sitting at 0-5. They had one win in their column, but that was
Oh
a
wow.
forfeit win. So I don't know if we really call that a victory. This was their first true victory. And even we were concerned about Element Gaming. I mean, they literally had two players quit 5 minutes before we
Wait,
went
that's
live.
actually
So
crazy. I forgot about that.
yeah, they had the players drop
Wait,
out.
this is
They
a E
literally
sub from hell.
yeah, they left the Discord. Like, they just, like, Alt F4, and they're like, yeah, we're not playing. And they pull two subs out of the blue, and we're able to, deal damage to Dallas Coyotes, who's a team that needed this win. I mean, Dallas Coyotes is that, like, buffer team where they may or may not make it to playoffs depending on how this game went. And the fact that they only took 0.5 points home, it's not a good position for them to be in.
Yeah, no. Honestly, maybe Element ended up doing better without their original players. Those E subs, I'm not sure who the E subs were, but whoever
Shout
they
out
were,
E-subs.
I wonder, is the chemistry on Element gonna be is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be up there? Yes. Absolutely, yes. They definitely took science all 4 years of high school. They just absolutely ran through the boys on Dallas Coyotes, and I mean, I gotta hand it to them. This is my first time ever seeing them play, and I just have absolutely no words other than well done.
I mean, it was a great game. I mean, both teams had some rocky moments there, but it was Element Gaming overcoming the odds, especially with those two subs. I mean, they did exactly what they needed to. They needed to win their heads-up gunfights. But ladies and gentlemen, it was only one match today for AEL Reloaded, so thank you so much for spending your Thursday evening with that. On behalf of Bianca and myself, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time.
Love you guys. Bye bye.